In this module, you will learn about life in a cold desert, Ladakh. Just like extremely high temperatures, extremely low temperatures are also not conducive for living. If the sand in the desert is replaced with ice and the rocks with ice-covered mountains, the landform will turn into a cold desert. The largest cold desert in the world is Antarctica. However, let's examine the cold desert closer to home, right here in India. Ladakh in India is a cold desert that lies in the Great Himalayas on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. It is also known as Kaba Chan, which means snowland. The word Ladakh is made up of two words, La and Dak. La means mountain pass and Dak means country. Ladakh is enclosed by the Ladakh range and the Karakoram range in the north, and the Zanskar mountains and the Great Himalayas in the south. Several rivers flow through Ladakh, forming gorges and valleys along their path. The Indus River, originating from the interiors of Tibet, is the backbone of Ladakh. Ladakh also has several salt water lakes such as Pangong and Somorari. In addition, there are several glaciers in the region, including Saichen and Gangri. The Saichen Glacier is the longest glacier in the Karakoram range and the second longest outside the polar region. Ladakh is situated at a height of 3,000 meters in Kargil to more than 8,000 meters in the Karakoram. This altitude is responsible for the extremely cold climate of the region. Did you know Mount Godwin-Austen is the highest peak of the Karakoram range and the second highest peak in the world? The air at these high altitudes is so thin that the heat of the sun can be felt intensely. As a result, one can experience freezing winds and intense sunlight all at once. That means, if a man stays out in the sun for too long in Ladakh, he could get a sunstroke and a frostbite at the same time. The summer temperatures in Ladakh range from 0 degrees Celsius during the day to minus 30 degrees Celsius during the night. The winters are freezing, with temperatures well below minus 40 degrees Celsius for most part of the day. Dras, in Kargil district of Ladakh, is the coldest inhabited town in the world, with the day temperatures hovering near minus 50 degrees Celsius during the winter. Ladakh gets an annual precipitation or rainfall of as low as 10 centimeters. Why does Ladakh get such a low rainfall? The reason lies in the location of Ladakh. Ladakh lies in the rain shadow side of the Great Himalayas. The high mountains surrounding Ladakh block the monsoon clouds. The clouds precipitate to the windward side and on top of the mountains. As a result, the air descending on the rain shadow side, that is, the northern side of the Himalayas, contains less moisture, resulting in little or no rain. This casts a shadow of dryness in the region, also called a rain shadow. Due to extreme cold and dryness, vegetation in Ladakh is extremely sparse. It is mostly limited to scanty patches of grasses and shrubs for grazing animals. Most of the accessible vegetation is found along rivers, on high slopes, and in irrigated places. However, where irrigation is possible, people grow barley, potatoes, peas, beans, and turnip during summers. Fruit trees such as apples, apricots, and walnuts also bloom during summers. In addition, the valleys contain groves of willows and poplars. The wood from these willow trees make the finest cricket bats. The fauna in Ladakh is diverse. The species of birds you can see in Ladakh include robins, redstarts, Tibetan snowcock, raven, and hoopoe. Many of these birds migrate to the region from warmer places in India during the summer. Other animals found in the region include blue sheep, yak, and wild goat, and several species of animals. Most of these animals are reared for milk, meat, and hides. For example, yak's milk is used to make cheese and butter. The hair of sheep and goats is used to make woolens. Of these animals, yaks have a special importance since ancient times. Yaks have been bred for transporting loads across Himalayan trade routes. Even today, yaks are used for this purpose in addition to heavy work, such as pulling sledges or heavy-wheeled vehicles. Therefore, they are called beasts of burden in Ladakh. Did you know the Nubra Valley in Ladakh? Bactrian camels, camels with 2 humps. The harsh conditions in Ladakh do not make it easy for human habitation. Thus, the total population of Ladakh is merely about 3 lakh. Most of the settled population lives in and around Leh, the capital of Ladakh, and a renowned tourist place today. The total population of Leh district is 1.17 lakh. Another town of importance in Ladakh is Kargil. Kargil lies near the line of control, facing Pakistan-administered Kashmir to the north and the Kashmir Valley to the south. Most of the people in Ladakh are Muslims or Buddhists. There are several Buddhist monasteries with their traditional gompas in Ladakh. Some famous monasteries include Hemis, Thiksay, She, and Lama Yuru. Of these monasteries, the Hemis monastery is the largest and the most famous in Ladakh. Ladakhis cultivate their land during the summer. Tourism is another main activity during the summer. During this period, the hard-working Ladakhi women run small businesses and shops in addition to performing household and field work. Ladakhis spend winter weaving woolens and carpets indoors. You may have heard of Pashmina wool. Pashmina wool is obtained from a special type of goat found in Ladakh. Most festivities and ceremonies also take place during the winter. Some of the festivals of attraction include Hemis, the Ladakh Festival, and Gustas. Of all festivals, the Hemis festival is the most famous monastic festival. It commemorates the birth of the founder of Tantric Buddhism in Tibet. Tourists from India and abroad come to witness these festivals and visit the Gompas. Trekking to see the meadows and glaciers. Witnessing the ceremonies and festivals of Ladakhis are all popular tourist activities. Ladakh is accessible by roads as well as airways. National Highway 1A is connected with Leh and Kashmir through the Zojila Pass. When snow is cleared from the road between July and September, the Manali-Leh Highway also opens. This highway crosses 4 passes: Rohtangla, Baralachala, Lachalangla, and Tanglangla. Like most regions, life in Ladakh is also changing with modernization. However, people in Ladakh still use their natural resources like fuel and water with reverence and care. The extreme conditions in Ladakh have required considerable adaptation, and the people of Ladakh have mastered the art of living in balance and harmony with nature. There is a lot that the modern world can learn from them. This was a brief overview about the harsh yet beautiful world of the cold desert in India, Ladakh. Let's quickly recap what has been covered so far. Ladakh is a cold desert in India. Ladakh is enclosed by the Karakoram range in the north and the Zanskar Mountains and the Great Himalayas in the south. Ladakh is situated at a height of 3,000 meters in Kargil to 8,000 meters in the Karakoram. The high mountains surrounding Ladakh create a rain shadow, restricting the rainfall in the region to as low as 10 centimeters per year. The vegetation in Ladakh includes crops like barley, potatoes, peas, beans, fruit trees of apples, apricots and walnuts, and groves of willows and poplars. Ladakh is home to a wide variety of birds. Other fauna include blue sheep, yak, wild goat, and several species of animals. Most of the settled population in Ladakh lives in Leh, the capital of Ladakh, and follows Islam or Buddhism. Summer in Ladakh is the time for hard work, while winter is mostly for festivals and ceremonies.